Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and I am excited for this one, guys. Manibal is going to be joining me to have a full in-depth discussion about what's going on in the arena and Plarium finally taking action against boosters, and the people who got boosted are not happy about it. We will dive in to both sides of the argument, why they're upset, if Plarium did the right thing, what we think should have happened. We'll dive into all that type of stuff, guys. And also, Manibal finished top 5 in the world in Tag Team 3v3 Arena. So I will talk to him about that journey and what that experience was like. So let's get into it. Alrighty, and now I'm joined by Manibal. Now, my chat told me you were in the process of changing your username to Manibalicious. Is that true, or...
Where did that come from? All right, I guess that came from my stream because I lost everything. I lost every ounce of cool I had in me.
No, I'm kidding. I mean, I made that
the
up.
VOD, man. I need to delete that VOD. It's so incriminating.
Well, so I haven't seen this VOD, but my chat did ask me right away after Arena Reset. They were like, "You got to get Manibal on the channel about his thoughts." So I guess things must have gotten pretty spicy, or.
Yeah. We can start and talk about the whole journey, everything you want to know. I'd love to come and share it with you and all of your awesome viewers. You know,
Yeah, well,
I'm stoked to be.
I was excited to talk to you, so I just kind of jumped in right off the bat, but I should give you a proper introduction. For those of you that are new to the channel or new to Raid or anything, Manibal, one of the more elite arena players in the world, and I like to bring him on once a month or so just to kind of get an update on everything in the arena and what the experience is at the very tip top. And he has his own channel where he makes really, really great content, so I will link below. You should definitely go check that out. But yeah, man, I guess the first thing I wanted to ask was, you did finish number 3 in the world for the Tag Team Arena 3v3 tournament. And what was kind of your journey in that process? Were you happy about finishing 3rd, or did you expect to be number 1? And kind of dive into the general things there.
I was hoping for top 5. I was hoping, and I wasn't expecting, because when you expect, like, you set yourself to to fail sometimes, like if you don't achieve your goals. So I was just kind of like hoping I would get top 5. I was setting myself up to, like, I was making teams that I didn't focus too much on defense. I focused all my energy in super fast offense. This way I can just clear as many teams as possible, and just made like a scary defense, like people that wouldn't want to attack it. And it's been a crazy journey, because we were talking how many weeks since 3v3 came out? This is 16 weeks or 16 weeks, right?
It's something like that. Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, so every night pushing, on a Sunday to make sure you hit the next tier, being consistent at that, making sure you don't miss 1 week. If you miss 1 week, you're not going to get the avatars. Like, you're not going to, like, it's the consistency aspect of it, and having to do it for 4 months in a row. And, as soon as, like, it's the last hour and all the energy's there, and it's like you're seeing yourself, and you're spamming refresh like crazy, and that, like, you're in the top 5, and that you're right there, and suddenly, before you know it, like, 2 people just skyrocket 300-400 points up like crazy. And you just I just went into a panic. I was like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do here? And then I knew at that point I was fighting for 5th place. Like, I was legitimately fighting for 5th or 6th place, because I kept seeing everybody's trophies. And so I just started attacking as quickly as I possibly can. I think I had at that time maybe 10-15 minutes left of reset when they all started exploding up. And by the time it finished, I didn't know where I finished. I just knew I was around top 5, but I knew that 2 new people were above me that shouldn't have been above me, that just skyrocketed it up. So, I've been dealing with arena boosting in Classic for already 6 months, and it's just become so, like, I started content creating for the simple fact that I wanted to show everybody on Monday a video of me finishing in Plat. And it's just been every single Sunday night is how quickly can I find the booster. And the content became so stale that I never uploaded anymore. So it's like, now I went from that to also being cheated for hard work of 16 weeks. And I just legitimately lost my cool. I started cursing. I started I just started acting like a madman on stream. Like, I'm a little bit ashamed of my actions, but at the same time, like, if you put yourself in my shoes, to be to be dealing with this kind of like, I guess I would call it Plarium negligence, like negligence by this company for so long, and then to have it happen when you only got a chance to get a one-time avatar that like you're never gonna get again. It's not even something like a super powerful champion. It's just bragging rights that all that work for 4 months paid off, and I just saw it get taken away from me.
And so
yeah.
the gist of that was just you kind of ranting and raging about getting screwed over? Or?
Yeah, and I called the boosters every name in the world, and one of them specifically like has done this so many times, it's ridiculous. And it just brought so much bad energy to the stream, and then I had to go from that bad energy to pushing in arena. In Classic Arena. And then I go and push in Classic Arena, and there's 2 more boosters there. So I just felt like I was getting clobbered all over, and it was just disheartening, so disheartening. And as soon as reset finishes, I didn't even do that good because I was raging inside so much. I had one of my lowest finishes. I think I finished like 12th or 13th. And, I didn't blame anybody but myself, obviously, but afterwards, I just took all my rage into the content creator chat. I just had to like let it go. I had to release it because in my mind, I was like, if they're gonna let 4 months of hard work go away to these people that are boosting, like it's okay weekly that they do this to me, but for 4 months of hard work, I wasn't gonna stand for it, And I just battled, and it kept talking so much in the content creator chat, kept like mentioning so much like how wrong this is, this and that. And then I was just noticing that I wasn't getting like other people to fight with me that many, like, because they didn't really care too much about it. It wasn't just, Manny's trying to get his avatar, who cares, but it was just more of the principle, like, like, guys, come on, it's 4 months of work, like, and so I just started like then spamming DMs. Like I was just spamming Diamond in DMs like crazy. And I was just like, I was relentless. I was like, this has to change. This is not going to happen. This can't happen. And
Diamond, sorry. Diamond is our kind of contact, the in-between person between the content creators and Plarium. So when he references messaging Diamond, that's what he's, but sorry, go ahead.
No. Yeah, my apology. Yeah, I should have mentioned that. So yeah, and then fast forward to today. I am in shock. This has never happened. What is going on? Pinch me. Am I alive? Like, this is just crazy what they did, man. It's really crazy. I'm at a loss for words. I can't believe that they did this.
Yeah, you mean their post and the announcement in Discord about correcting and stripping points away from people that were doing boosting in 3v3. So you weren't top 5. Then after they stripped points away, you were?
No, I was top 5 without them stripping points. With them stripping points, I was top 3.
Oh, so you went up like one or two?
2 points, yeah. So I technically finished 3rd in the world, and I did finish 3rd in the world because they actually stripped the boosters. But if they kept the boosters, I would have still gotten the avatar.
Oh, okay.
But now I had another colleague of mine who finished 5th be able to get the avatar rather than the 2 boosters to get it.
Okay.
So yeah, it was a beautiful moment. I digested it for about 7 or 8 hours, and after, how like when you get really good news, the high goes away. Like it's just like you stop like feeling like, and then logic started kicking in. And then when my logic started kicking in, I'm like, couldn't they do this in Classic? Like couldn't they just hold the rewards in the last 300 places for the next day and have this manually like looked at 6 months ago? Couldn't they have done this? Why haven't they done this? And why do they only do this for 3v3? And I started asking myself that question. But at the same time, like, I'm happy to step forward, But it just goes to show you that this company was capable of doing this all along. But they just chose to ignore it,
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, maybe it's something that they were willing to do once, but they don't want to set a precedent of having to step in there and do it every single Sunday, every single reset. But yeah, it's definitely, you would think it'd be pretty easy to kind of look at. But there's something spicy about that we also wanted to get into, something that was caused by Plarium stripping that away. I'll let you kind of kick us off on that.
So I have Russian friends, and some of them are in the RU Russian chat, and they're there. And there's this one guy in there, and I guess it's fine. I'm not gonna name his full name. We'll just call him GS. And he's pretty much known as the Arabian prince or something like that, because he's just super, 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 super well off. Like, he's a very, very rich person, and he himself is in the content creator chat, and he himself has boosted in Classic Arena 3 different times. He's the only player in the game that has 3 medals next to his name. And the reason why he was boosted so much is because he wanted the avatar, and it took him 3 tries to get the avatar. We found out all this story after. So either way, so he goes in there and he writes a very long text inside the content creator chat, and then obviously it gets sent over to me. We Google translate it.
And I
The
can,
translation.
you want me to pull that up right now?
Sure.
Alright,
Let everybody watch it. I mean, keep in mind that it's translated through Google Translate, so it's not going to be whatever he meant to say. It's going to be close to it. It's not going to be word for word. That's how those translating apps work or whatnot. But the message that he says, you can clearly understand. So what does he say? So he says, from the mouth of a man who was stripped of his reward. And he basically, his number one outline is that he wanted to see a rule that states that he can't be spammed on defense to win.
So what happened was, this is somebody who did finish top 5 in 3v3, but then this is one of the not victims, but this is one of the people that was affected by Plarium stripping that away. And like you said, your colleague was then able to be top 5 when they properly fixed it and adjusted for the people that were boosting. But this is one of the people that was negatively affected by that.
Correct.
Somebody who boosted, basically. But then they're saying, show me in writing where I did anything wrong. I used no third-party software. I didn't cheat.
Yep.
Show me,
Right.
Plarium, show me where I broke the
Right.
rules. So that's what's going on here, and I'll let you kind of take it away now.
Yeah, so that's pretty much his first point. Like, show me what rule, like what terms of service that I broke, is essentially what he's asking in there. That's the first point that he's trying to make. The second point that he's trying to make, I guess, or the second and third, it's hard to translate, but essentially, we're saving the good one. We're saving the really, really good one. Don't worry. But basically, what he's trying to state in there is that there's no way for him to actually get that avatar unless he was in a top 3 clan. So I do wanna address that, because there is a common misconception that, oh, you have to be in Gods and Legends or in Tau to finish top in the world. So because Tau has like 9 clans, Gods and Legends has 4 clans, and we all have protection from each other. Or we have to be like in your clan, Brad, a huge clan, so we have a lot of protection. And so to people that say that, including him, what I want to say is this. There's a clan by the name of Mad, and it's one clan only with 30 people, and there's 3 people in there that normally finish above, most of the time, half the time, above all of Gods and Legends members, and they're only one clan. And one of them spent a total of $11,000 on the game. His name is Boomer, and he's a content creator. So it just kind of goes to show you that what he's saying there is not true, that skills can outweigh it, and he has so much money that he can like buy gear packs nonstop, buy champs nonstop, that he could technically do it on his own. He doesn't need to be in a top 10 clan to be able to do it.
I guess my question, or my rebuttal would be, would it be easier though if Boomer was in a clan with protection? Like is he an exception? Would it be even easier if he had the protection of GNL?
Boomer, for example, is in a clan with like 30 people, and I think out of those 30 people, 5 people push. The other 25 don't push because it's boosting all the time. They just don't care. So I mean, he's got protection from 5 people. Out of 300 people in Platinum, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. His defense is just really good, and everybody gets so annoyed by it that they don't want to attack it. So, and his offense is exceptionally good. So that's the reason why he's able to do it. And Little Wheel, the guy that's the clan leader of them, he's just the best arena player in the world. So I mean, that's just, he's never finished under top 3, top 4. So again, I'm not gonna sit here and like ever like not be truthful with you all. Does it help me that I'm in Gods and Legends? Sure it does. Sure it does, because I have now like 60 people or 50 people that don't attack me, right? That are all in platinum. However, there's a side effect of that as well. And the side effect is that a lot of times when I'm pulling up my attack log, it's full of my clanmates. So I have to now spend money instead of spend gems, refresh, and then look for people that I can attack that are not my clanmate, and look for teams that I can attack fast. So suddenly I'm spending a lot more time looking. But do the pros outweigh the cons? Yes. I definitely think the pros outweigh the cons. Now, if you put 80 people in Gods and Legends in Platinum, then it's not, because then it's going to be 80-90% logs all full of, Gods and Legends members. And at that point, I'd rather not. It's too much. You know what I'm saying?
So you're saying your pool of available opponents is shrunk
right.
a little bit, and if it shrunk a little bit more, at that point, it would tip the scales into not really being an advantage anymore.
Right, because what I do basically is this. I press refresh on Arena the last 20 minutes, right? I put my hardest hit, I put my most nastiest defense ever that everybody should try to avoid. And then I press refresh. And what my goal is when I press refresh is scrolling all the way down to get the most points possible. Because if I hit my first 4 to 5 opponents, I'm going to get 6 points. If I'm going to hit my last 4 opponents, I'm going to get 9 to 10 points.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to hit those guys. But those guys, 9 out of 10 times, are Gods and Legends members. So now I have to re-scroll. Now I have to refresh again. So it's usually like 400, 500, sometimes 600 gems just in refreshes every reset.
And I know it might sound like we're going off on a tangent, but the reason we started talking about this is because this player was mentioning how it's not fair because they wouldn't be able to finish high if they weren't in a specific clan, which is why we kind of started talking about this. But we can now segue to the juicy part of this at the end if you want to kick that off.
Yeah. This is, I think we hit it perfect. So basically, he had the nerve to go and talk to Plarium in point number 4 and write, I spend $1,500 in resources on this 3v3 arena on Monday. What is the rule of fair play to return them to me? Please, Plarium, give me an answer. So he's admitting to them that he spent $1,500. And by the way, this is the one person that also spent $2,000 3 different times to get his 3 trophies next to his name. So he's the one verified person that actually spent the money because they didn't want to keep boosting the same person in that clan. So you're talking about now he got his way all the time in Classic. Now he was expecting to get his one-time avatar reward because he's an avatar collector. I mean, he's a super rich guy, and he just wants to know where's the rule and what's going to happen to the $1,500 that I spent in resources to get boosted. So to me, do you have the nerve? Do you have the nerve to really are you being serious right now? Should I take this serious? God help me, this wasn't in the English content creator chat, because I would have unleashed on him, and I mean, I would have just raged on him, and I do get the fact that there is no rules, but there's also playing the game, man.
Well, in Plarium's defense, I can't speak to Plarium's user agreement because I haven't combed through it before we did this video, but there's almost always, every smart company will have a clause in there we reserve the right to make changes based on fair play, and there's always some sort of clause like that. So I doubt this person would have much of a leg to stand on in terms of demanding money back or anything. So because Plarium, at the end of the day, they can make the choice of what they think is fair competition in their arena. I'm sure they have something written to determine what's fair in their arena and what isn't.
Right. So I'm happy with the outcome. I'm shocked that this guy, really upset that he got stripped, And I mean, he didn't expect it because for 6 months they've never done it. So, I mean, I'm totally against his entire logic. I'm happy he lost his money. I hope he stops doing this. And this is the next point that I really want to bring up, Brad, because this is a very important point. There's games that we play that require certain level of skills, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you can touch up on this and you can tell me if I'm right or wrong, okay? Like, for instance, like there's a curve of difficulty, right? When I'm playing Diablo 3, for example, and I know I'm going off a tangent, but I'm trying to complete the highest wave, like wave 150 or whatever. You know what is that what it's called?
Greater Rift.
Greater Rift. Yeah. If I'm trying to finish the highest level Greater Rift, I have to be playing so perfect the entire time. And I have to be so focused. And the level of difficulty is very, very high. This game is not like that. This game is not a game that's like you need to be like a mythic player in World of Warcraft and never make a mistake. Like this game requires skills, but it does not require skills like League of Legends, like Dota, like, you know, like high level Diablo 3, like World of Warcraft.
They usually refer to it as like fast twitch skills, like
Yeah,
StarCraft and Diablo 3, like
yeah,
where you're sitting there like actively 200 actions a minute, spamming your keyboard, clicking your mouse,
quick reactions and things like that. So the reason why I say that is that this game does not really require that. You know, it requires definitely quick actions, but nowhere near the level of other games. So it's like this person has all the gear, has all the champions, just doesn't want to put the effort into it. And that's shame on him because he actually has it all, you know? And it's like, and now he's complaining because he paid for a service that was provided to him. They did boost him. The boosters they came through for him and they boosted somebody else at the same time. And that other person that they boosted, Mighty Tentacle, you know, he didn't pay any money to get boosted because they were like, oh, we're boosting this person. We might as well boost you too. We'll give you the free one, you know? So I found that pretty interesting that happened. But either way, I feel like it was definitely a step in the right direction. A lot of people were very, very happy as far as the outcome of this. I'm happy about it. And yeah, I just thought this was a very interesting story because this is something Plarium has never done. You've been playing this game for a year and a half. You've never seen them do this.
No, they've never
gone.
No, they've never
Yeah.
manually stepped in and like edited
Yeah.
points or removed somebody for boosting or so it's cool that they're at least stepping up to because I think most people are gonna side on the side that maybe it wasn't technically in writing, but the right consequence ended up happening. I think most people would fall on that side of the argument.
I mean, you just think of it like this. What about if you were that player that, like, for 4 months kept preparing every single day to make sure that you're going to be top 5, you know, and you worked your ass off to be there, and suddenly now somebody pays to strip you from your opportunity. Just think of it more like in a perspective of like what's right and what's wrong. Like what side should, like, how can we side with him? Let's ask that question to ourselves. How can we side with somebody that wants to break all the hard work that everyone put to honestly push to first, second, third, fourth, and fifth? How is it because there's no rules about it? There's something that's called right and there's something that's called wrong, you know? And to be honest with you, when this happens in other games, Brad, you've been playing games for a long time. They ban people for stuff like this, man. You know, when you go start doing things like this, you get banned. So this guy not only didn't get banned, he just got his avatar, a freaking avatar removed. That's all he lost is an avatar. There's nothing else he lost. They didn't strip him from his gold 4 rewards. He's still getting that. He just lost an avatar.
Yeah, and well, I mean, and again, like I said, it comes down to how it's worded in their agreements. But I know coming from the Diablo 3 community, whenever you would find like a way to skirt around the system, like a way to get free experience that you're not earning or some sort of bug, the Diablo, you were at risk of getting banned, even though it wasn't technically in the rules that it's wrong. they had a clause in there that said, you know, hey, if something's obviously a bug or you're playing the game how it's not intended to be played, you are at risk of us taking action against your account. And like you said, this person didn't get banned. They didn't lose their account.
Right.
So
Right.
like in Diablo, if you were abusing a bug, and sometimes people would get banned, and they would be like, oh, well, it's not my fault the bug was in the game, but Diablo had a clause where it's like, if you're intentionally abusing a system, you're at risk of getting action taken. And I think we can all agree this person was intentionally abusing a system. They were trying to boost and skirt around the integrity of the competition. But if I were gonna play devil's advocate and defend this person, I think that is their one case, is talking about, well, I'm not in one of these clans where people can protect me and boost me, so my way of making it fair is to do boosting, and then it's an equal playing field. That would be like the only argument they could make.
Right. And then it's like, we can't just bring up two people, you know, that because these two people that finished above us, there were 3 Gods and Legends members that finished third, fourth, and fifth, and first and second were 2 Mad members from one clan. And I think the total amount of people that pushed from Mad were like 7 people or 6 people. So it was mostly all like, you know, Gods and Legends, Mad, and then all Tau. And then there were like a lot of mixed clans in there. But yeah, we can't use Mad as just like one example, because those 2 players in Mad are just very, very, very good players. They understand game mechanics significantly at a way better level than even I do. And, you know, and they have different strategies and things like that. So they have really good defense. They have everything that it takes to be like the best players in this game. So we can't, it is not that good of a comparison to use him. He is at a disadvantage. But also keep in mind, it's possible, but it's not impossible. I don't think it's impossible. For his case per se, it's not because he's an uber whale. I mean, this guy, just so you know, he was being boosted. And when he was being boosted, he was level 51. And he had already 2 hegemons, I think, at that time. At level 51, he wasn't even level 60. And like, it was just a meme. We were like, this guy has all these crazy champs, and he's not even level. And it's like, how do you get 2 hegemons before you're level 60? Like, you can't keep buying void packs. You know, it's like, so yeah. It is more challenging, no doubt, but it's not impossible. And you know what? If you ever want to, you can always have an option of joining a top clan that pushes. You know, I do want to say something about our clan, you know, while I'm here, because we do have a reputation of like, hey, unless you're like a mega whale, you can't join us. You know, we just accepted a new member right now. And the total amount of money that he spent on this game is $150. And this person finishes in platinum every single week. He's a unicorn. No one is like him. He's that good of a player. He's like the budget boomer version. He just knows exactly all mechanics. He knows how to play the game to the T. And he has the champions. You know, he has like 8 legendaries, but he has just the right ones to push in platinum. He has the right gear, because all he has to gear is 8 people, you know? So he just has everything to the T. Shanker's, huge shout out to you. So it just goes to show you that there's a lot of possibilities with this game, but it's just like Arena is the most difficult part of this game. So you have to spend a lot of time. You have to wake up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, which is agonizing, and it's annoying, and it's horrific. But it takes a lot of practice, and eventually you'll be able to make it in there. I think that's the summary of it.
Cool. Okay. And I know we touched on it earlier, but before I let you go, before we end the video, I did want to talk about your journey on finishing top 5. Like what was it like? What champions were you swapping in and out? How tough was it? What kind of teams were you going up against? Let's just take a few minutes and talk about the journey of finishing top 5 in tag team.
Yeah. So I focused on having a lot of nukers. So I had, I believe, 2 Trundas. I had a nuke Hedgie. I had a Foley. I had a Yannicka. I had so I was just using I had 2 Madame Cerise. So like I had every champion. I mean, I went to a poker game with like, you know, I had all the tools necessary to complete the job. It was just a matter of the right focus and not making the mistake. the defenses that I went up against were all stall defenses. And the problem with stall defenses is that you're used to one stall defense in Classic Arena, and you're used to being able to counter that one stall defense. But now you have 12 champions that are stall, and you just have your 4 champions that you're normally ready to attack with those. So it was a lot of refreshing and making sure that I found like easier opponents. I did actually attack the 2 boosters quite a few times because their defenses were easy because they didn't belong up there, so like they didn't know how to form teams. So it was just very like they were probably easy, like 100 points that I got, because you got to keep in mind each time you attack you win like 30 points, 25 points, because it's each match. So I don't know, it was exciting, it was interesting, and then it was heartbreaking, and then it was an emotional roller coaster. But I mean, I faced the hardest defenses in the game. And one thing that I do have to say, I got super lucky on my defense. The last entire hour, not one person hit me.
Wow.
Yeah. And everything's on my VOD. Everything's on my VOD. So I don't have a single win on defense. So Plarium checked my logs just as well as they checked everybody else's logs. So, but I did not get attacked once on defense.
And what was your defense? Do you remember most champions?
Yeah, I would have to look at my VOD, but I mean, I had 2 Hegemons in there. I had a Trunda, I had a Foley, I had 2 Arbiters, I had a Lissandra, I had a Torment, I believe, Duchess. I mean, I have all the champs. I'm missing a total of 13 champs now, 13 legendaries, 6 regular legendaries, and 7 voids. And then I have every single legendary champion in the game. So yeah, I mean, it was just.
What's an example of one of those like horrible defenses that you would avoid, that you were just like scared to attack when you said you would be refreshing? What's an example of something you're like really avoiding?
When I see each team power is like 450 or 500, and I'm like attacking a 1.4 million team power player.
Yeah.
I would avoid those because the resistance is so high, and my Madams don't have that high of an accuracy, and I only have 1 Ghostborn. So it's like I can only so I would avoid those because I don't want. My whole objective is like get in and out as quick as possible. In Arena, when you're trying to push in Platinum or in 3v3, all you want to do is pick the teams that you can attack the quickest and just keep moving on and keep moving on. So I would avoid teams that have a Torment in each one or a lot of shield sets. I would avoid a lot of teams that have Force affinity tanks, because I mainly use magic DPS. So try to not to go against the negative affinity. And yeah, it's just being like really active as far as just spamming that refresh, keep looking over and over again, and just keep attacking nonstop. I mean, the difference between 2nd place and 3rd place was 1 point. I would have gotten 2nd place in the world if I would have had 1 extra point. And I tied for 3rd place with 4K. Him and I had 1,811 points together. Boomer had 1,812. And then Little Wheel had 80 points higher than us. So
do you have any teams that are designed to absorb and go 2nd, or were all of your teams speed teams? I know you said you had 2 Arbiters and all that.
Yeah, I have 2 Arbiters. Yeah, I do. The teams that are designed to go 2nd usually are my Hegemon teams. Hopefully my Hegemon stun locks them, because here's the thing, guys. I did. It was a crazy achievement, right? And also one of my defenses was Arbiter, Sifi, and Double Rotos. That was one team for sure that I remember that I was using. And then the other 2 teams had a Hegemon in it, had a Lissandra in it, had a Trunda in it. Both of them had Trundas in it. So that's what I was using a lot of DPS on my defense, which I should have been using stall. But I guess people didn't go against me for one reason or another, because I was worth a lot of trophies. So, but yeah, it worked out. It really worked out.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. Well, no, it's been a fun discussion. I know you're tired and needing to get some sleep.
No, for sure. Yeah, no, it's fine. I definitely wanted to do this. I think it's really cool that at least your player base can hear the whole story of how it all happened. How the reset happened, the emotions that were involved, the fighting, guys. I fought so hard because I didn't know, and I didn't just fight for myself. I fought for this to like be a change, because I kept spamming the content creator chat to the point that like I remember one day like I was told enough, like enough, no more, like just stop. And I've never been told that before, and it was just fighting for the right cause.
Who said that? Who
And
said that to you?
Diamond. He DMs me. He's like, "Enough, bro. Like, let's. It's a good morning. Let's leave it that way." So, and I get him, and I told him I apologize. I was like, "Listen, I want to change." And so, yeah, it paid off. It paid off, and the game is going in the right direction. We have Doom Tower coming up. We have an incredible rebalance coming up. That's quite debatable. It's coming as quickly as tomorrow. So there's a lot of content for us to make right now. And so we're not as content starved, which is great. What I would love for them to do is to release some more information about void towers so we can properly prepare our audience, because we don't know anything. Like, they can make this void tower completely different than any other game that has a tower system. So it'd be nice for them. I always ask them, I said, be transparent. You know, you releasing us 39, 37 champions and telling us they're getting rebalanced, that's the most horrific idea you've ever done. I'm like, why would you do that? Like, we don't have any idea what you're going to do to our champions. We don't know if we're going to build these champions. We don't know what to do with them because you're not telling us anything. So it's like, be more transparent. When you're making balance changes, talk to us about it, why you're making the change that you're making. And please, God, add quality of life changes. You and I both know how many quality of life changes this game needs. So, but yeah, they're moving in the right direction. This showed us that they do listen to us. So, and by the way, huge congrats to you, man, for getting the shout out. You know, I mean, that's awesome as well. And I'm honored to be here, man. You're a freaking big boy. You're about to hit 100K subs. So it's awesome. Right. It's awesome to be here. You are. No,
I mean, it's always fun to touch base. I appreciate the kind words, and I always look forward to sitting down with you once a month or so. So yeah, thanks for your perspective on the arena and walking us through everything that's kind of going on. So on your way out, just let people know what you're up to and say goodbye and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, so thank you so much. So I will be streaming Sunday. I've been trying my best to upload 2 videos a week. I do work about 60 hours a week, so it's very hard for me to upload a lot of videos. I'd love for you guys to check out my YouTube page. We're around 5,500 subs. I'm trying to get to that 8,000 sub mark just so I can become a Content 3 provider, so I can get like some more legendary books, and I could make more guides and things like that. So I would love it if you guys visited me and subbed to me. I try to make, videos in the best quality I can. And, I've been a huge fan for Brad, and this is the 3rd time we meet, and it's definitely not going to be the last time. And I hope you guys enjoyed the story. And please do leave any comments down below on this video. I will be going through them and answering all of them. So, and I would love to, just stay in touch with all of your fans.
Awesome. Thanks, man. Well, I appreciate your time, and go get some rest. I know you were saying you were tired.
All right. No worries.
See you, man.
You got it.
All right, that's going to do it for this video. Again, huge shout out to Manibal for taking the time to join me. I will link to his channel down below. You definitely want to go check him out. I will put it in a pinned comment so it's easy for you to find. He is a monster in the arena, makes really great videos, and has lots of really good insights. So definitely go check him out. And it's definitely not the last time I'll have Manibal on the channel. I like to catch up with him about every 2 to 4 weeks or so and crank a video out there to keep you guys up to date on as much as possible what's going on in the raid community. So as always, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.